afternoon. This is Gordon Landefeld at Margaret W. Wong and Associates with locations across the country. And today we have Margaret W. Wong with us talking about various immigration issues. Juan Carlos, our normal host, is on the road, and so I will be joining you for today. Ms. Wong, good morning, or good afternoon, actually. You look like you're in a beautiful, bright, sunny place. It's wonderful to have you today. We're going to talk about some various issues. One I would like to ask you about is the end of Title 42 and what that means for people around the world.
Yes, end of Title 42 came on. Actually, the end was May 11th of 2022. President Trump at that time made it is very much a minute health law. It's not even an immigration issue. Trump used Title 42 to stop everybody from coming in and saying because of the COVID, we have to kick people out. Actually, Biden sort of agrees with Title 42, but in the meantime, a judge strike it down. So after May 11th, now that Title 42 is gone, America and the media and all the Republicans thought, oh my gosh, there'll be a downfall of President Biden because all the undocumented people would rush the borders, come in. It turned out that did not materialize. But in the meantime, after May 11th of 2022, new executive orders came in saying that you can get CBP-1. You can also do parole for the Central Americans plus Colombians, and of course the Cubans, the Venezuelans, the Haitians. They can also do the 30,000. The Ukrainians on parole. So things are really fastly changing on the southern border. But Title 42 itself is very much just a health law. It has nothing to do with immigration. It's just, it's just horrible what President Trump did to our people.
Thank you, Ms. Wong, for that answer. So it seems like a lot of the laws that were existing before Title 42 are coming back into play.
Yep, but that's okay. We need to support our President Biden. We need to support Mr. Mayorkas to go ahead and give our country a chance. It's not them personally. It's our country to remain the best and number one country in the world.
Thank you for that answer, Ms. Wong. If you would like to talk with Margaret Wong in a consultation, please call us at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984. Ms. Wong, we have various laws being enacted in Florida. What can you tell us about those laws, and are they likely to be enacted in other states?
Actually, talking about Florida, Alabama years and years ago also have the similar law. And because of different groups suing them, that law had soon been revoked in less than a year. So hopefully same thing would become of Florida on July 1st. But starting July 1st, Florida is starting a new law by their governor DeSantis, who's also fighting with Disney. I mean, who fights with Disney? The Mickey Mouse, and we grew up with Mickey Mouse, so it's so silly. But the law really criminalizes life of anybody who have no papers. So, for example, I came from Mexico or I came from China. I work in Florida. I build homes. I buy homes, I sell homes, and I report tax every year, and I have a driver's license. But in the meantime, this law would enforce and ask people to report them with no probable cause. So just because I look Chinese, I look Latino, and my neighbor can call the police to check me out to see if I have federal working papers to stay in America. I'm pretty sure that law would not last if it's not stopped by July 1st.
Thank you, Ms. Wong, for that answer. If you have questions or wish to speak with an immigration attorney, please call Margaret W. Wong and Associates at 216-279-3984. Margaret W. Wong and Associates has offices in Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. Ms. Wong, we have another question here. What are the requirements for a worker visa in a family store for gold and jewels?
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not the nature of business that's important. It's very much what country are they from. So, for example, they're from India and they came on a tourist visa. And if you have a university level education, you can do a H-1B or maintain status and have the employer petition you for perm labor certification, get a green card. The problem with a lot of people from India and China, but not from Hong Kong or Singapore or Malaysia, there's so many people that have degrees in America that the cases is lasting for a long time. But it's not so much to answer directly your question, it's not so much the nature of business, is what country are you from? So, for example, I'm born in Venezuela, but I carry a Spanish passport. So to get an H-1B or to come to America, you can use ESTA from Spain passport, but to get the green card, you have to use Venezuelan place of birth, which is good because Venezuelan, Spain, both are the all category. India and China is the worst and worse and worse because we have so many people here. It takes about 4 to 5 years to 10 years to get a labor certification green card.
Thank you, Ms. Wong, for that answer. If you wish to speak with Margaret Wong or an immigration attorney, please call Margaret W. Wong and Associates at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984. Ms. Wong, the United States government is having some issues in Congress insofar as we're being told that there might be a budget default. Does that have any bearing on the immigration situation?
No, it have no bearing because the budget issues is very much on a debt ceiling, and the whole world works on debt. So, which means that the Republicans want to stop American spending. The Democrats, of course, wants to raise taxes, but keep helping, doing more. It's just the way they're fighting. Have no question whatsoever, with no issues with immigration. I would not worry about that.
Thank you so much. This is another question coming in. Good afternoon. I have been waiting for my work authorization for 1 year already. The license extension I was given is expiring soon. Should I file again?
Yes, absolutely. Because the work permit sometimes is taking up to 6 months to 1.5 years. President Biden and Mr. Mayorkas, just a few months ago, if you go to the uscis.gov, if not, call my office, we can email you or fax you. There's a 540-day automatic extension. So you take 4 things to the BMV, the Driver's License Bureau. You need your old driver's or unexpired or expired driver's license, your receipt notice of the 765 filing, the work permit filing, your passport, your the 540-day automatic extension. You can just download it and print it off from the USCIS. And also your old work permit. It has to be timely filed. So for example, my work permit will expire on June 1st. I still have not filed it. So hurry up and file it tonight or tomorrow, okay? And then you get a receipt. Once you get the receipt, you show them the unexpired work permit or expired work permit, the driver's license, the receipt notice of the filing, that you paid the $410, and your unexpired or expired driver's license. They should give you an automatic 1 year extension. If by then, 2 months ahead, you still didn't get the work permit after 10 months after you get the unexpired driver's license, you go back there and show them the same receipt. They should give it to you until the new work permit is approved. That's a new law by President Biden.
Thank you, Ms. Wong. Thank you for that answer. If you wish to speak with an immigration attorney, you may call Margaret W. Wong and Associates at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984. A question just came in from Ms. Nicole Martins. Hi, Ms. Wong. Thank you for everything you do. Ms. Wong, I'm a client. We spoke sometime last year about my case. My I-130 was filed in 2017. Last I checked my current status online, and it stated that that one could get in touch 27th of July 2023. I recently checked 2 weeks ago, and it says one can get in touch now to ask questions. Please, can you advise if it is wise to get in touch now?
Absolutely. I presume you're checking processing time. And I'm sorry I don't remember your case, but if you tell me what's the priority date, 2017, it could be a green card holder filing for a single child over 21. So if that's the case, quota is nearly open, yes. So just call my office, call your caseworker. We will check it for you. I much prefer to do it because then I have total control of that case. Because you could have said something on the phone, I could have said something on the phone, and then we don't make sense. So just call my office. If they don't respond to you, let me know, because we have very good people working here. We will follow up. What they're saying is a processing time. So there was a time that you cannot follow up until July 27th of 2023 because there's a processing time on the I-130. Now they're saying that because they're quickening the processing time, again, thank you to Mr. Mayorkas, then we can check now. I would love to check it for you because it's my job.
Thank you so much for that answer, Ms. Wong. If you would like to meet with Ms. Wong, we do have locations in Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. Please call 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984. Ms. Wong, what is the minimum amount of earnings to be eligible for us to be a sponsor for humanitarian parole?
Oh, that's a good question. There's no minimum. Yeah, and let me explain to you why. You're talking about either the I-134 or the I-134A. These are the only two forms, depending on what country you're from, on the parole. That's different from the 864. So, for example, I married a foreign-born spouse. I have to make at least 25,000 to be a sponsor and petitioner for him, but that's an 864. You are talking about the Ukrainians, the Cubans, the humanitarian parole. It doesn't matter what you file. And the nice thing about the I-134, there's really no legal obligation. It's not like an 864 where I have a legal obligation to support my spouse for up to 10 years or 40 quarters or until he becomes a citizen. You have no legal obligation. You have very much a moral obligation to America to help the people who you're sponsoring, but it's not legal. And there's no income requirement, which is wonderful. And thank you for helping people.
Thank you for that answer, Ms. Wong. Nicole Martins does reply that, thank you, I will call your office. And she says that her priority date is August 8th of 2017.
Yes, thank you. Call us.
Margaret W. Wong and Associates has offices in Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Nashville, New York City, and in Raleigh, North Carolina. Please call 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984. Ms. Wong, my wife wants to file for me. I have the I-130. I am filing the I-485. Should I do medicals now or wait until they request it?
Now. Do the medical now. Under Trump, they want us to do it later. Under Biden, they want to do it now. So do it now, please.
Thank you so much. And Ms. Wong, we're heading into the Memorial Day weekend, and it's important for all foreign-born and Americans. You know, it's even more important for people born in the U.S. to know about Memorial Day. What can you tell us about your experience with Memorial Day?
I think through the years, like different from different countries, because America is such a new country versus like China is at least 5, 6,000 years. Israel is 7,000, 5,000 years. India is a lot more, you know. So, and of course, the Genghis Khan so America is such a new country. I think through the years, we are not taught, American schools are not teaching American children or American nationalism. It's like we are teaching them how to be individualistic. We're teaching them how to we have to excel on our own, but not depend on parents and families and a whole village. It takes a whole village to raise. So it's a difference. So Memorial Day, I think it's an interesting idea. Like different countries treat different people differently. Like in China, we also have a sort of Death Day, Memorial Day, but Memorial Day is very much to thank the veterans. But I feel bad for a lot of, especially Vietnamese veterans, because they died for our country, they served for our country. I mean, they really fought, right? Second World War, our people fought for us. But I don't necessarily think you're right. You're asking my opinion. My opinion is I think we should really respect our veterans a lot more than what we are doing, what they are doing now. Um, and our VA hospital system is not the best. And I really think it's not fair for people who served our country versus other countries like Japan. I mean, they really invaded China, but even our president or any headquarter people who goes to Japan, they always visit the graves of the veterans, you know. But in America, you never hear that.
Thank you, Ms. Wong. Thank you. It's a time to remember our soldiers. Ms. Wong, this person is writing, my name is Halal Bhatti. I need information about UNO.
What is UNO? Can you explain a little bit to me?
Well, let's
UN.
see.
Haha.
She does not explain, but here's another question. I'm a Muslim man and my girlfriend is Hindu. We want to get married, but Malaysia, in Malaysia, we can't do interfaith
Right.
marriage.
Absolutely. Malaysia is one of the largest Muslim country in the world. They would not like it, especially. I mean, actually, both men and women marry the other. Actually, it happens in all countries. Chinese normally don't like people to intermarry, but it's not, the law doesn't say that. In Malaysia, I'm pretty sure the law says that. But if you can explain, write me a note on UNO. I would love to help you. I really am very good at what I do.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. If you wish to speak with Margaret W. Wong, you may call us at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984. And remember, we do have locations in Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Ohio, Nashville, New York, Raleigh, North Carolina. So we have a location near most people in the country. Let's see. So, Ms. Wong, is there anything else you would like to talk to us about today?
Yes, one thing I would like to remind each other is please don't give up. With the Florida, we're getting so many calls about could we go to vacation in Florida? But these are clients of ours who have papers. I said, absolutely, don't worry, because anytime you have papers, you can go anywhere. But I would not. We also have another client who went to Virgin Island by mistake because Virgin Island is America. And now he has NTA. That means they're charging him with removability because he just made a mistake for 2 days. So these are things I always recommend people. If you only have work papers, do not go to U.S. Virgin Islands, Alaska, Hawaii, Guam. But as far as Florida, you could go. So I won't worry about. But please don't give up. I really think right now is the time if you want to do anything you're foreign born, but make sure you don't have any criminal records, and especially DUIs, pornography, sex with minors, carrying concealed weapon. Those are all not good crimes when it comes to immigration work.
Thank you for that answer, Ms. Wong. If you wish to speak with Margaret W. Wong, You may call us at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984. We do have a couple of more questions here, Ms. Wong. Do we know if immigration reform will ever be done?
Right now, there's some rumor in the House as a bipartisan that anybody who stayed here more than 5 years they will get a work permit, just like the parolees. But we don't know. I mean, there are always rumors and gossips, especially with debt ceiling negotiation is hard. But so far, also immigration doesn't want us to talk about the word reform. They don't want us to talk about comprehensive reform because those two words are very hated by the Republicans. So the for now, I really think we're doing well. It's not as hard to get work permits. There's parole now for humanitarians, for the Afghanistans, and also they just announced for the Afghanistans, there's an extension now of people who are already here, and the Ukrainians. I mean, things are really looking up because we cannot have open borders. We cannot have everybody come in. That's not nice.
Thank you, Ms. Wong, for that answer. If you wish to have a consultation with Margaret W. Wong, please call us at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984, and we will schedule a consultation for you. Ms. Wong, this person texted in on Facebook, I came on a temporary work visa, but the employer never paid me and 3 more people. I went to the Labor Department, but they said they can't help us because we don't have a Social Security number.
Wait. That's not true. U.S. Department of Labor will help us. So I don't know which one. Did you go to a city hall or the state? Because there's a lot of U.S. Department of Labor. And also because you had a work visa, you should have gotten a Social Security number within 30 days of entry. So I don't know why you didn't do it. If you don't have a lawyer to help you, maybe call me and my office. Maybe we can help you. There is a new law that says if the employer doesn't help pay their people, you may be able to get a U visa or PIP, which is a work permit.
The response was that they went to the Labor Department in Norcross, Georgia.
Oh. But Georgia, I mean, is Republican and it's very, very racist. So ICE in Georgia is becoming better. The court in Georgia is becoming better. I'm really sorry. Maybe go to another U.S. Department of Labor and report them. That's not true. It couldn't be. I know U.S. Department of Labor.
Thank you, Ms. Wong.
No problem.
If you wish to contact Margaret W. Wong and arrange a consultation, please call us at 216-279-3984. 216-279-3984. Our locations are in Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And Margaret W. Wong does go to many of those offices frequently, so you have a very good chance of meeting her close to where you live. Ms. Wong, a gentleman by the name of Prakash Sharma is asking the waiting period for the F2B petition. The priority date is May of 2018. Thanks. It's a very short question.
Right. The priority date. Normally, I always tell in the olden days, you can get a family to be open between 2 to 4 years. Now, I always tell my clients wait for 4.5, 5 years, or 7 years. You are 2018. If I remember June priority date, I just looked at it yesterday, is about 2017. So you're still early, but make sure you do all the changes of addresses, like go to the USCIS.gov, to the AR11. If you already got the NVC letter, if it's approved, make sure the NVC, you do the change of address. So you should be getting a envelope from NVC. Follow instructions so you don't get the I-130 terminated, because nowadays they're sort of mean. They just want to get rid of, paperwork and their space in the computer. So make sure every year you need to follow up with them to say, you'll be filing a 601A, you'll be coming, you need to DS-260. But right now, I'm pretty sure it's starting in 2017. That's why my other client was telling me that it's already 2017. Can we push?
Thank you, Ms. Wong, for that comment. And if you wish to arrange a consultation with Margaret W. Wong, please call us at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984. Ms. Wong has been in business for over 45 years, has a wealth of knowledge, and can answer most, probably all, immigration questions. So, Ms. Wong, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. We want you to enjoy your weekend. It looks like you are in a sunny location in Cleveland, Ohio, and we are wishing you the best and a wonderful Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We're here every Wednesday afternoon at 12:30 for Bilingual Spanish Facebook Live, and every Thursday at that's every Wednesday at 9:30 in the morning for Bilingual Spanish, and every Thursday at 12:30 in the afternoon for a straight English Facebook Live program. You can also find us on YouTube. If you wish to arrange a consultation with Margaret W. Wong, please call us at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.